Top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today we are reviewing Chipper Jones 4 by Joey Fats. Track number Chipper Jones 4. Okay, so I can already tell this is about to be some real West Coast stuff. Joey Fats, I haven't heard too much of his music. I know he's associated with Vince Staples. I heard Vince Staples name drop him in a freestyle.
Talk about that boy Joey Fats, man.
Bitch, I'm from Ramona. That's right around the corner from the water tower. Me and Joey Fats was riding, giving Chopper showers.
So I'm assuming he can spit because he's associated with Vince Staples. He's from Long Beach. Shout out to Long Beach. Shout out to Lakewood.
I might just chalk him out. Bet you this carbon go bring the corners out. You talk a lot, but ain't trying to bite. Then what that bark about? My niggas wild.
He said you all bark where to bite at. So it's like the same with a dog. A dog is all bark, no bite. He's gonna bark at you, but he's not gonna bite you. He's using that personification for a person.
Bitches house and you file. Hollow tips hit you and blow your noodles out. Chipper Jones, 4-5 bullets, her motor sticks, stones to serving zones. These super G stuff with a couple O's. These niggas hoes. A nigga like me come from a different mode. Told her so, I keep that shit G. I'm sticking to the code. You don't know that feeling
I like it so far. Real West Coast feeling. Especially in the production.
You sliding on that road with 10 birds stuck inside the panels of the doors. If you was in my situation, dog, you probably fold. We gon' slide all weekend, weekdays we slide some more. Chopper big as Gary Coleman with a different stroke. He was bold, turned deacon when we released him. He
said Chopper big as Gary Coleman with a different stroke. So we know Gary Coleman was a small person, midget. I don't know if in the future that's going to be considered a bad word to say, but in the present time it's currently not. So he's perceived as that short guy. He's saying a Chopper is as big as Gary Coleman. So even though Gary Coleman's a small person, it's still big for a gun to be. And it got a different stroke. You know, that's the name of the show that Gary Coleman was on. Nothing too crazy lyrically. He's not putting out too many crazy references, but you know we do gotta point out the obvious.
Niggas speaking on my name like I ain't been doing my thing since like 99. On about like 99's like I ain't fresh out from slime. One call my niggas rhyme. If I spot an eye, I can guarantee you niggas dying. Tony Starks with the iron, and you can ask them niggas. Glock.
He said he Tony Starks with the iron. Shout out to Ghostface Killer, Iron Man.
Clips long as antennas, who on static with us. Send some shots into your frame, I hope you get the picture.
Alright, so that was Chipper Jones 4. The track in the intro. Track number 2 out of 10. Check In featuring Dave East. So let's see what Dave East does. Dave East, I see him catch some slack for not going as hard as he can on some songs, but you know, let's see what he does here on a West Coast type track.
Like this nigga named Tommy, my custody out of state.
He almost sounds like Damo Genesis from Odd Future.
This nigga I knew that's paying high for the plates. His clientele growing pain and start coming late. On Instagram with the jewels and bitches on dinner dates. He trying to bend the rules, it's time to set him straight. Grab the cane, he about to make the new.
So it sounds like he's telling a story. I'm not really too big of a fan of how he's doing it so far. It's real basic storytelling. He about to do this. He. It's like not really a lot of imagery being given to us.
Cold case, cold game, no face, no name, no guts, no glory. My nigga, I ain't no stain. Nigga, step in. I can't go nowhere with no protection. My choice of weapon was an FN. The clips up in my section. I'ma fuck that bitch you been neglecting.
That Dave East verse could use some work. I'ma just be honest.
I'ma fuck that bitch you been neglecting. That claim to touch the ground, we better check in. Dirty Smith and West End. Don't be a sacrifice. We both could go to hell.
Dave East verse is kind of real iffy.
When the afterlife, don't be a sacrifice. B.I.M.P. Snatch a wife, set and block, trap the night. Caught your bitch from across the room. I had this night, her ass was nice. Declined the FaceTime, she wasn't acting right. This pistol made him ask for Christ. Disguised the coke and fly.
Dave East is not too hot on this one. He's not too hot on this song.
Shot when I land, I don't pack for flights. Xanax in my body, I don't act polite. You a rat and follow you, you never can escape it, nigga. Never play with hitters, go ask your bitch, I'm a mate.
Yeah. That was pretty, average, real average showing by Dave East there. That was track number 2, Check In. Track number 3, No Middleman.
I do what I want, you do what you can. You act like a hoe, little bitch, I'm the man. sands. Bitch, I'm a boss, I don't do middle.
That sample is interesting.
Man's I'm trapped by the stove, making them bands. Hand you that dope like I'm shaking your hand.
That sample's interesting.
I'm first, I'ma need to advance. Bitch, I'm a boss, I don't do middleman. I'm feeling like Jay, I'ma go work this year. Cop a new road, I just might flip.
I feel like Jay, I'm gonna go work this yay.
My face. Fucking this trap, she get food stamps tonight. This shrimp is steak. I need you a pack, you know that I got it all day. Up in the trap, cooking that crap.
I think he just needs to try a little harder. I just feel like he needs to try a little harder. You know, sometimes I feel like artists go in the booth and they just, you know, do whatever the day brings them. Sometimes you gotta work on a song for days or months or weeks, you know, to make sure you're enunciating right in certain parts, to make sure you sound, you know, passionate in some parts. This right here feel like some let's just go to the studio and have fun type shit.
Like this 88. Can't find you a sec, I'ma call you right back. Got a key in the microwave. I'm trying to make a play.
I might have to skip this in a minute. If it don't get better, I'm gonna have to skip this.
No, I'm trying to make a wave. No, I'm trying to make a pay. And I don't do no middleman, bro. But you got it on the internet, boy.
It's following generic song structure. Like, we've heard these flows. I'm gonna skip ahead in the track. We a minute 15 in, but I don't see this getting any more interesting.
I'm grinding. See it, I'll be ducking shots from.
Alright, we talking about the same thing everybody else do. Ops and this and that. What about Long Beach, bro? I lived in Long Beach for a good amount of, you know, my life. I'm from LA, 87th and Central, 63rd and Crenshaw. But I have lived in Long Beach, the Lakewood area. Talk about Cherry Avenue, you know what I'm saying? Like Paramount, the 91. You talking about ops and stuff, like we could hear this from Chicago rappers, the authentic version. That song didn't really feel authentic, you know what I'm saying? Track number 4, Guns and Butter. Shout out to Vado.
I got my foot up in the game and then I stepped on their neck. Gotta die about it, cut, blow disrespect.
The beat sounds like something Vince Staples would get on.
Brothers whooping jail, I went and bought me a tech to protect myself from all this.
Brought me a tech, deck, neck. This is the same shit all the other rappers do, bro. Like, come on.
Just now in hair. You ain't poppin' shit, my nigga. You on some scary shit. A woman acting like a bitch, that boy Tyler Perry. Fred Perry, APC, my nigga.
Acting like a bitch, Tyler Perry, this and that. Like, we've heard that bar and that reference in rap before. We've heard J. Cole say a way funnier punchline with Tyler Perry and acting like bitches and all this. Like, so if you do it, you gotta come extra clever with it. We've heard this already. It's like niggas can't see me, it's like they reading in Braille. I'm about to skip this one too. And this is my first listen, you feel me? So y'all know I'm just not out here head hunting. Y'all can see from when I started, you know, I'm starting with no expectations. I don't even talk about the album before I start, you know, the review and all that. Because I want to make sure that I just jump right into it. So you can see, like, I'm just really not enjoying this. I'm about to skip this. Yeah, fiend for the guap, fiend for the guap. We don't care, dude. I'm not getting anything from him. I really haven't been able to take too much from this project so far. Track number 5, CHECC, featuring Vince Staples. You're just gonna repeat the same thing over and over again. Run me my check, run me my check, run me my check, run me my check. Come on. You just gotta make it sound more interesting. You made 50,000 on Dutch Masters, but how? And you don't even smoke Dutchess. Cool, like, make it sound cool. Make it sound interesting, dude. Be a wordsmith. Joey Fats, I have nothing against you, bro. I don't even know you. This is my first time listening to the whole project. I've only heard you name drop prior to this. This is recommended by a fan of my channel, so I gave it a shot. And you from LA, so I'm like, I'm gonna give him even more of a shot. But this right here is redundant, bro. This right here is generic, bro. Like.
Niggas on the drug proxy, you can catch me running around the lobby like Pee-wee. No mask on, you see me, we eating. Niggas give me the heebie-jeebies. Please stop calling my phone.
Broke niggas give you the heebie-jeebies, like Nicki Minaj. You know who he reminds me of? Joey Fats reminds me of, so far on this project, if Smoke Perp was better. Like a better version of Smoke Perp. Like Smoke Perp, if he actually sat down, went through his rhymes, and tried to improve, you know, on rough drafts, rather than submitting the rough drafts as songs. Joey Fats reminds me of Smoke Perp if Smoke Perp would work on his craft. Similar rhyme styles, similar content. Let's just skip to Vince Staples' verse. R.I.P. Nip. That was kind of average too. It was cool. It was cool to hear from Vince. You know, especially on some different production. He always has something interesting to do with the production. But even on Vince's last project, FM, and you can go see my review for it. It was a good project, but you know, it lacked direction. They kind of just threw the Big Boy in the Morning radio theme in there to just kind of connect a bunch of loose tracks. You can go read the review. It's up on top5rapwebsite.com. And even Kilo Kish, her last project, I'm not sure if her and Vince Staples are still affiliated with one another, but what was it called? Mother or something like that, EP. I also felt it was directionless. You had some good stuff. It's not like there's bad talent, but overall just lacking purpose. And this song, I'm not really feeling it. So that was track number 5. That means we got 5 more to go. Track number 6, I'ma do me.
A bunch of niggas are feelings, but I can care less cause I'ma do me. Live with the realest, now all these rap niggas won't hang around me. Got my mind on these men, like fucking my nigga, y'all can have the streets.
This shit is so generic to me, I'm sorry. Like the beat, trap beat, this is rap's favorite flow right now. These niggas, that nigga, this, that. It's not even necessarily him saying the N-word. It's just like you doing the same type of rhyme, comparison style, same structure. You on a generic beat. It's like we gonna keep giving it chances though. Shout out to LA, shout out to Long Beach.
My mama been riding in buckets, my nigga, she need an MG. But I'm still out cracking when it's beef. Quick to leave a nigga white sheet. Molly got me out my mind. Feeling like I've been busting for weeks. Baby.
Molly raps, like if you're still on Molly, bro, like, you know, see a health professional, mental health therapist, like talk to some folks, because not only is it not a party fad anymore, it's like, come on, bro, you know, let's do better with our mental health.
Ain't got no time, so after I fuck, I'ma leave. Dick gotta lose in the mind.
After I fuck, I'ma leave, I'ma bounce, dick big, she wet like the ocean.
I'm in a pussy knee deep.
I'm in it knee deep. I said wet like the ocean. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this. I'm gonna skip ahead in the track to see if anything interesting is happening. If not, next song.
The 4D deep. Looking for eyes while them G. Worth at least $1 million, no cap. Got a bad crack when it's beef.
Okay. Track number 7, Armageddon.
Slinging iron with crack underneath their tongue. Had me with a massive decoy just in case the feds come. Just watching they little brother, sorry, we don't know nothing. It was me and Lil Crip, robbing Pisces, hitting licks until we lost our section 80.
So you talking about real stuff, robbing Pisces. Shout out to the Mexican homies though. Hitting licks.
Had to move on 60.
Got kicked off Section 8, had to move on 68 in Crenshaw.
Fifth, pops
On 65th and Crenshaw. That's what I assume he's talking about. 65th.
The serving, yeah, my mama working double shifts, saying we gon' be okay. I know she tired than a bitch. Now my Annie J tripping and we getting put out. Moving harder with Uncle Phil right there off down the south. All my cousins, they knew the
You got an Uncle Phil. Shout out to Uncle Phil. R.I.P. Uncle Phil.
about the same thing I'm about. At McKinley, punch on anybody running they mouth. Fast forward, I'm getting money and I done got a little older. Got a chip on it for the times I got the cold shoulder. Young hot nigga, but my heart's got a lot.
Got a chip on it for the times I got the cold shoulder. Got a chip on my shoulder for the times I got the cold shoulder. This track is the best one so far.
All this codeine in my stomach. I was really outside thugging, waiting for Chris Brown was trying to run it. But I still got the block jumping.
I've been outside thugging before Chris Brown came out with his was Running his first single, Chris Brown's, or was it Hey? Don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. This is a better song. Armageddon.
Also for 100, 800 for the whole onion. Ain't nobody ain't stepped on it. We got it. Stuck in the trenches. In the game on 4 for inches. You niggas look at the fence.
That was a better one. That was a better one. Armageddon. That's the best song on here so far. Track number 8, All Night.
Young nigga and I'm self-made. Blowing smoke while I switch lanes. Yeah, I'm knowing that these niggas hate. Ride with the top down so I feel the shade. It was rhyming back in my days. Now I got steak alive, stole my dinner plate. For 6 months I was in a cage, but I didn't fold a nigga, couldn't lose faith.
The thing with Joey Fats, I'm realizing is I just got to get through his filler bars. He has a lot of filler bars. Like he's spitting a bar, but it's like packed with nothing because either it's a generic rap reference, like no pot to piss in, like didn't have nothing nice, steaks and lobsters, like I'm fucking your bitch, or I took your chick to do this. Like those are just generic filler bars, like stuff that's probably not really happening. And if it is happening and you're a rapper and you're rapping about it, since it's actually happening to you, you should have a lot more purview than the average rapper. So you should be able to flip it a lot more creatively. So you should be able to talk about things in a lot of different ways rather than just a generic face value standard way, which is what I feel like Joey Fats gives a good amount of. He has a good amount of filler bars. But in between the bars, he'll drop some knowledge, and he'll drop some insight on who he is, and and his specific rap style. But he'll just go in and out of it. But he'll pepper it with the generic bars. The generic bars is hard for me to get through, so that's probably why you'll see me skip through a lot of these last couple songs.
Put this bullshit behind me. They try to hit me with a 9-piece, yeah. Now I'm right around with a dime piece, yeah. Still keep that Glock right beside me, yeah.
They try to hit him with a 9-piece. They try to send him away. Now he's rapping with a dime piece. If that's talking about his real life and he was facing 9 and now he's sitting next to a dime, that's insight. That's a bit better than just, It's about how you say things in a rap. We all go through a lot of this similar type things, but rapping, being a wordsmith, you make your experience sound the best just by the way you describe it.
Ride around, stun, baby, all night, all out the window.
And this is a song for the chicks. It's more open, it's more free. This would be like the single that if this was like 2008 and they still did that type of stuff.
Rolling all ice. Can you believe I went got it? Ask about cut though, we poppin'. Yeah, I'm clean, got addicted to lean. I hear fiend, he ain't got shit to show for it. This type of shit seen folklore. I lost it all and got it right back, right?
You're talking about being a fiend, but he was talking about Molly earlier.
I had to go and get my act right now. Niggas sliding car smelling like black ice.
Car smelling like black ice, and you gotta get that black ice after the car wash. It just smell the best. Some of the stuff smell too fruity, it smell artificial. Some of it's not strong enough, but the black ice, that's the perfect. Okay, so that was All Night. So that's the second best song on here. Armageddon is the best song, then All Night, second best. So speaking of second, we're at the second to last song on the project, track number 9, Go With The Flow featuring JMSN. Shout out to JMSN.
Game for a minute. Almost lost it all to a sentence. At the end, I pled guilty, I got.
So he said he's talking about his court case. So in the last song, he said, they tried to hit me with a 9-piece, now I'm with a dime piece. So yeah, now he's saying like, yeah, that was a real thing. Like, so thanks for that clarification, bro.
But now I'm back, dog, and it's back to business. Niggas tough in they raps, but really snitch. He heard you got them packs, now he on the mission.
I like the sample. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of these drums mixed with everything else that's going on. Kind of feels like Nice for What. Or you take a real smooth, Nice for What was a dope beat, but you know, just those drums kind of drove everything. I get the same type of capacity here. Are these the Nice for What drums?
Louisiana shit. Murder on the beat.
I think those are the same drums. I think they're just a little bit slowed down on this song. I know a lot of people might not get the wrestling references. Lex Luger, Rack, Torture Rack. So let's go with The Flow featuring JMSN. Cool song. Again, better than probably anything that came before it. Certainly better than the first 5 songs. Joey Fatts, for me, still has some growing to do as an MC to escape some of his more bland and mediocre tropes. But he does sound good over a song. Track number 10, the outro, Love Me Now.
All them cases in it.
Some Tory Lanez, I don't know.
Man, I swear the homies scandalous, but I love them at the same time. I got it, they can have it. Dreams of mansions, living lavish, but instead I got the 7 trying to turn it to a half a sip.
Kind of getting Joey Badass / Currency vibes right now.
Niggas don't know the half of it. Politicking with my lord might fuck around and have to sit. This rap shit slow, my mama need rent. No fishbowl, my whip need tents. Chunk my hood out the window, I know you see me crib. In the studio with Diddy working on Triple M. And you can ask my enemies fast, they admire him. I'm really out here giving niggas hope, a young nigga.
I like the beats, I like what's happening with the production. Or I like the drums, rather.
I remember Mick World, that was Vince's first show. After that, straight to the hood, we was sleeping on the floor. His mama put him out, we good.
Now we getting the real stories. Now we going beyond this, just the artificial shit. Now we getting what he's been through, his life experiences, his street knowledge. We getting that. It's coming through last track, but we getting it, finally. My check was right the other day. Getting paid for Fortune 500 corporation. Cut the gang and we incorporated. Might see some closing stores that hits on your local station. So he's in I can't believe it mode. He's talking about I'm getting checks from corporations. Can't believe we made it. I'm out of judge, I struggle with this cup. Even though I said I wouldn't, still I pick it up. Borderline diabetic, the fuck my kidneys up. Ooh, now I ain't talking. See, we not getting no more generic tropes and shit on this song. He's saying like it's from what it sounded like he was either sipping lean or hard alcohol too much. He almost fucked his kidneys up. He diabetic. He's not the only rapper I've heard say that in the past month. 50 Rich just came out and said that, like messing my kidneys up. Like he said it was from sipping too much lean. Diabetic, like my kidneys gonna be gone soon. Speak on the real stuff, Joey Fatts. You're not the only one going through that. So when you spit that and you really the only one spitting that content, you're gonna draw a whole audience you thought you might have never had, because you're gonna have people coming out the woodworks like, yeah, I was addicted to it too. I got diabetes based on this. Like, just speak your truth, bro. Your truth is good enough. We don't want to hear, honestly, we don't want to hear the generic rap shit that we heard on No Middleman, on Check In featuring Dave East. Like, the last 4 songs, Love Me Now, number 7 through 10, starting with Armageddon, ending with Love Me Now. This is the direction, man. So yeah, that was Chipper Jones Volume 4 by Joey Fatts. The project really picked up towards the end. The first 5-6 songs, the first 50%, 55% of the project, 60% was flat. A lot of generic takes, a lot of redundant phrases, just reused. It's a similar thing that I say about the rapper DaBaby. I don't want to keep hearing this same content and this same flow. Like, this is not even original flow from you. Like, no, we've heard this before. It's just a slight variation. Then you just pouring on the same topics, Same phrases. I fucked your bitch. I'm writing in this. Some variation of that. I don't care if you rap about that. You can rap about fucking somebody's shit. You can rap about being in a foreign, doing drugs. Do it in a way that's creative. That's the only issue that I have with that. If you're just throwing the same phrases that everyone else is throwing and you're delivering the line in the same cadences and similar cadences that we've heard you do before and we've heard from tens of hundreds of other rappers, it's just not interesting. And the first 6 tracks of this, Tripper Jones 4 for me was not interesting. It got good at track number 7, Armageddon. That's when he went, I feel like the first time he went personal and was serious about it on this project. All Night was dope. Go with the Flow featuring JMSN. That was good enough. And Love Me Now is probably one of the best songs on there. Just wish he would have spat with a little more conviction on there. Maybe remember the lines more in advance, so when you go into the booth, you're able to just deliver it and focus on your delivery. This project could have been a lot better. Probably would have been a better EP. I'll take track 7 through 10 as the EP. And yeah, Joey Fats, don't know much about you, but shout out to LA, shout out to Long Beach. I think you said you lived on Crenshaw and 65th, so shout out. I'm from Crenshaw and 63rd, 87th and Central. Grew up there for a couple years. So, Joey Fats, Tripper Jones, Volume 4. You know I don't really like giving ratings on one listen, but I'll go ahead and give this one 2.5 stars. 2.25, 2.5 stars. You know, pretty unexceptional, but you do have some decent songs on here that I won't shit on. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.